And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I heard most everyone else was showing up. And at that point, a lot of us hadn't seen each other for years. I went early with like 6 friends of mine to get dinner down the street. And I said, you know, I had tickets at will call. I said, well, wait here. I'll go run and get our tickets and I'll be right back. And I turned the corner. It's a theater that has a huge courtyard. It's, you know, there was the Egyptian and then there was the Reunin's Chinese who were built at the same time. And I ran to the corner and the courtyard was mobbed with people. It was sold out. And the second I turned the corner, like people started shoving pictures and asking for autographs and had the DVD. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm famous. What happened?
The exact same thing for me.
Yeah.
Same thing for me, same event.
Yeah, and since then, you know, we've done more of these convention stuff. That was really where I went. It kind of blew me away. And I went, wow, people really like this movie.
I remember walking away telling people for days, you won't believe how many people there want to see Return of the Living Dead. I was actually in shock. I had no idea. Totally. I didn't have a clue.
And the lady who did the programming for the Cinematheque afterwards came up to me and said, our events never sell out. She's like, this is amazing. And I had to call my friends and go, guys, I can't come back with the tickets because I'm being mobbed by people with, you know, it was so
sharp pen.
And it continues to be. I mean, you know, we're getting a little more, not used to it, but now I think we get it just because we've come to events like this or whatever. But I'm still, like, even I sit here, that's why the first thing I did was take pictures of you because I want to remember that it actually happened. Because I'm like, it's amazing. You know, and I have to go home and brag to my friends who think I'm a loser.
I personally think, because of all this, I absolutely think there has to be another one. I just think there has to be. With this cast.
But yeah,
some way with this cast. And I'm going to figure it out, so just leave it to me.
Okay.
Go ahead, you again.
Well, 2 questions. One quickly for you. Why Scooby-Doo?
Why was I in Scooby-Doo? Let's see. Why do you want to be in a movie that's going to pay millions of dollars, big, huge Warner Brother blockbuster animation? Why? I can't even tell you. Why?
And a question for all of you. If you weren't actors and actresses, what could you see yourself doing?
A pimp. No. I would have been a lawyer.
John.
A lawyer.
Go. I'm so tired of hearing myself talk.
Serial killer.
I would be a stay-at-home mom. That's what I do. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm very happy.
Yeah, we need more of them.
I'd be an FBI profiler right now.
John, be a bank robber.
I'd just be a big fan.
Yeah.
Of who?
Are you asking outside of show business or can it be in show business?
Outside the show business.
I would probably be a teacher, because that's what I'm actually teaching improv at the college level now.
I would be an architect because I'm really into architecture and kind of mid-century modern architecture.
You know, you can still do that and be an actor.
Yeah, you're right.
What would you be?
What would I be?
What would I be?
Will I be pretty? Will I be rich?
If I had to do all over again, I would have stayed in fine art. Gone on from there. Yeah. I would have stayed in that, but that didn't happen. Cooking.
A good cook.
And,
try and get yourself invited to John's house for dinner.
Some sort of innovator.
Tom, you didn't answer.
Well, if it wasn't acting, I mean, I met so many friends from it, and longtime friends, and if I probably do what I'm doing now is construction and, you know, custom homes and stuff like that.
And you build floors so well.
I'll probably be a drug dealer. That's where the real money is.
Yeah.
And then finance y'all movies.
Better residuals.
Did you do a Rocker's house? Ozzy, is it Ozzy?
Yeah, we have done a bunch of actors.
Yeah? Can I say that though?
Ozzy? Yeah, I did Ozzy Osbourne's house and Sharon Osbourne's house. The first year they were on MTV, the Osbournes. We were there working for about 3 months when they were still filming. If you look at it really close, some of the scenes, because what they did was, it was kind of inventive. They shot for like 8 months, and then they would have a scene about the dog or something, then they would pull the scenes from different places out of the 6 months or 8 months of shooting. If you go back and look at some of the cross shots, the walls would be different colors and stuff like that. But it was really ingenious what they did.
Wow.
Tom does very high. He doesn't do little construction. He does like high-end.
Yeah,
big.
I probably built, my company's built like 10 screen rooms, 35 millimeter, and put them in homes and stuff, and kitchens. And
How about George Clooney's house?
we're tearing down, I'm tearing down a house next month. The director bought that house next door, and we're going to tear it down and put in a 7-car garage with a turntable in it, with a Lazy Susan. So,
I wonder the name of that. I know.
And the Osbournes, Sharon, we cast Kelly's fists in bronze and made them the front door hinges.
Oh my
God.
Wow. You're hot.
So if you need any work done,
Yes.
I'll do fingers or, you know, even thumbnails if you want in bronze.
You're hot.
that was a very good question. You get an 8. You get an 8 for today. Anybody else got a good question? Oh, hell no. Go ahead.
Chris got denied.
Want me to get up? I'm an old man now. I'm 50 years old now.
This question's actually for Tom. You worked on Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2. What was like the experience like on 2 compared to the first?
I didn't enjoy part 2 at all.
There.
It was a, you know, I mean, some people like it. I haven't seen it in a long time, and maybe I should go back and look at it, but the experience for me was completely different. Also, what I didn't like about 2 is what they actually did comedy bits in part 2, where part 1 it just came out of the situation, which makes it so genius. So that was the big difference. The Michael Jackson, sorry, Brian.
Oh, please.
Michael Jackson did at the end. Because he was the Michael Jackson.
No need to apologize. But you wanted to, but here's the reason I was Michael Jackson did, because I was as miserable.
You were a poor white child.
Well, I was more miserable in that film than you were, because I was a stupid zombie in prosthetics. And I cannot tell you how many, this is how unorganized that movie was. And by the way, the budget was like 3 times what we had on the first film. And it was the most unorganized movie, and every day we were like behind and we didn't get everything. There's literally an entire sequence and a huge set they built for the movie that they never even filmed because we just ran out of time. And they just like tore the pages out of the script. The last day of shooting was 28 hours of shooting with 3 units going. I mean, it was a really unorganized, it was kind of a mess. And I was just so annoyed because it just was not a real pleasant experience. And I came onto the set that day, and one of the extras was walking through the parking lot with that goofy Michael Jackson Thriller jacket. And I was just so pissed, I was like, oh my God, I have a great idea, just to like fuck with the director. And so I said, can I borrow that jacket? And I went in the makeup trailer and I said, I have an idea of what zombie I should be tonight. And I showed them the jacket. And so they, I mean, you know, me, Michael Jackson, they like put, you know, pin curled my hair and put on the zombie appliance. And I walked out on set, and of course Ken, the director, was horrified. Like, that's not happening. And I sat around all night for like 12 hours. And finally, the very last shot of the night with the sun starting to come up, he was like, all right, Brian, come here. And they threw me in that shot. And I was, you know, I mean, I thought it was a big joke, but anyway, I ended up in the movie. I thought
Joke was on you.
I know. I literally thought that would never, ever make it on the screen in 100 years. Yeah, it was a weird. That was not as much fun. Not as much fun as making the first one. And some people really liked the movie, which is cool, but it was not a great, not.